That's wrong. Let's do this.
All the answers you need to know. Watch now, the Internet Dad Show. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Inspire with us tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah. Oh.
News like, let's learn about the Commie Walz. Good morning, everybody.
Up.
Back to the gym. Yeah.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
But you can hear me. You can hear me.
I can hear you. You just need to turn up your volume now. It does this every time now. Rumble's just having some problems here lately. It would not recognize my mic or my camera there for about 5 minutes, and then it just decided to. So, hello, sir.
Can you hear me now? Can you?
Yeah, you're just really low. As from what you normally are, you're just really low. It's hard to hear you when you start going on. You start reading your stuff. So good morning to everybody out there. Oh, is it your anniversary?
It is. Today's our anniversary. 19 years.
Nice. Congratulations. That's pretty big.
Giggled. Oh my God.
Now I love asking the old couples, like when they say we're celebrating our 50th or 60th. No, wait a minute. Listen, I love asking this question, and I'll ask you. I'll say the same thing, and it's a rhetorical question, but I love asking the old men this question when they say they've been married for 50 years. I'll say, and every one of those years has been the happiest tiptoeing through the tulips years that you've ever had, hasn't it? You've never had a fight, you've never argued at all, and it's all been wonderful all those 50 years, hadn't it? And they'll laugh at me and be like, absolutely right.
I ain't trying to get murdered today.
I'm making a point that you make it 19 years and you have grown together, because it hasn't been 19 smiling 365 days of smiles and happiness. No, I know that. I know it. So, I mean, it's a milestone.
Mostly my fault. Whenever there's a problem, more often than not, I might have caused the problem.
More often than not, it's me as well. And it's my stupid thinking.
Yeah. So, right. Like, oh, I want to do this. And none of.
Well, nice. Are y'all going out to dinner tonight?
We actually did our anniversary dinner over the weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
The kids stayed over at a friend's house, which is the first time I've ever let our kids stay at somebody else's house that wasn't family. So I was a little bit like, okay, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And Cassie and I, having the night entirely to ourselves, drove down to Houston, and we went to a fancy place called the Rainbow Lodge, which is not gay. It's like I don't know what's called the Rainbow Lodge, but it's basically like a giant log cabin in the middle of Houston. It's huge.
Awesome. I don't like the fact that now, in the past 20 years, whenever you say the word rainbow, the first thing you think of is gay. I don't like that. So when you say rainbow, I try to think of God and the rainbow and his promise. That's
sorry. I feel like I have to qualify it. I'm like, well, we didn't.
I know, but when you say like Rainbow Lodge, the first thing that went through my head, the very first thought was gay lodge. You know, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I think that the very first thing I want to think of God's promise.
I like the power of branding. Okay. So my wife had some sort of fancy trout or something like that, and I had a combo plate that had a little piece of different things. I had elk, venison, which I normally don't eat red meat at all, but I was like, well, look, we're just gonna try this one. And then some quail and wild boar chop.
Oh, I've never had wild boar. Wow, really? How was that?
It was great. It was great. Well, I mean, yeah, it was like really juicy. Like,
how did you like the elk and venison? Have you ever had deer before?
I have, but it's been about 30 years.
Okay, what about elk?
Never had that, and it was, you know,
was it gamey, or did they take out the? Did they?
It was a little gamey, but yeah, you kept medium rare.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's not a lot of fat and juices in wild game.
No.
And they say wild game. That means that like it's wild, the species, but it's on a farm.
It's on a farm. Yeah, they didn't.
I asked because as I was carving up the elk and they had bison on the menu, and I was like, how do you manage a supply chain of wild game? You can't have regular hunters regularly delivering this stuff.
No.
So
Gun season is starting up. All kinds of gun seasons here in Kentucky start up this month, and it goes through like muzzle loader, and then you have a couple of weekends where you can hunt and whatnot. And the deer harvested in Kentucky during that weekend it's huge. I got a buddy, it's a listener that he always. You can buy tags when you go kill your deer. You buy tags. You can only kill a certain amount of like bucks and does and stuff like that. They regulate it, and they try to regulate it. But you can go and continue to get as many tags as you want to kill like doe. You can only kill like one buck or whatnot, but you can continue to go and buy tags to kill doe, and they regulate that. So what I have a listener that he will go and he will get the tags. And he will kill the deer, and he field dresses the deer, and he takes all the meat, and the meat that humans don't eat, he usually gets it and gets it for his dogs. So he tries to use every bit of the animal, and then he fills up his freezers for the whole year, and then the rest he takes around to the food pantries around the area. So
really?
Food to give out to people.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Hunting. Yeah, I always thought that was really cool, and there's a lot of guys that do that.
This is going to seem like an insensitive question, but is it any chance that it's a super racist food pantry?
What?
No, it's not. You don't think so?
A super racist food pantry?
Oh, yeah.
Is this racist. A segue?
Well, it wasn't going to be, but now it is.
Okay.
Yeah. There is, check this out.
Move your microphone a little closer. Just move it a little closer. I'm having trouble hearing you, man.
I don't know.
Move your arm closer. Move the arm closer to you.
Look, do you see this? This is it.
Do you see this?
I'm
right into this.
I'm gonna have to
touching my
I'm
lips.
gonna have to get up in the thing. It could okay.
Or you need to turn the volume up like the overall volume up.
All right, look, this is 90%.
That's good. That's good.
Better?
Look at that.
Fine.
It's not you, it's Rumble. Rumble does it every day.
Minnesota food pantry bans white people. Says resources are for Black and Indigenous folks only. So this is why I asked. Maybe it's a thing when people give to food pantries. Maybe there's like super racist food pantries all over the place, and I just don't know about it. So this is why.
Holy crap! For real?
We're real, yeah.
If you walked up to a food bank and it said the resources found in here are intended for Caucasian people, please refrain from taking anything if you're not. Oh my God, can you imagine what would happen?
They would burn it down.
They would burn it down.
Yeah. A Minneapolis food pantry is only giving food to Black and Indigenous people. Those who are hungry and white are told
I guarantee you the only people donating to your little food bank are Black and Indigenous peoples, because if you are a white person,
white liberal women will do
white liberal women, that's right, they feel guilty for
everything
their ancestors did.
Whatever, like I saw this story, and I was not going to bring this up, honestly. Because I read the story, I was like, well, that's super racist, and then I was like, Minneapolis, Minnesota, I do not give a fuck.
Minneapolis is a nutball town, man. I mean, we went up there. We were up there for like 2 or 3 days, and there was a message on the big Presbyterian Protestant church. Big message on the board that was like, "We welcome all you Muslims and welcome to the gay parade and stuff."
Yeah,
and it was just, it was nuts.
So, okay. So I when I first looked at this, I thought, okay, if this a food pantry thing is like a publicly funded project, then that would be like equal rights, the problem, equal access problem. However, it looks like it's a private thing, although they get some funding. But mostly I was like, all right, listen, if you want to set up a shelter, like a food pantry that only gives out food to Black people, okay, fine, whatever, not my problem. And so I basically was going to let it go, but I mean, I am going to point out that it's super racist.
But
absolutely,
it's racist.
Listen to their post. This is them on Food Trap Project, and let's think about this. White neighborhoods have an average of 4 times as many supermarkets as predominantly black communities. While this number may be a shock to some, it's very much reflects the current conditions amongst many BIPOC neighborhoods who have been classified as a food desert. Oh, okay. So
I'm not trying to be racist when I say this, but I would like to point out probably, I mean, you can go and look at statistics on these predominantly black neighborhoods and predominantly white neighborhoods that she just said here about how white neighborhoods have more supermarkets than black neighborhoods. And then I want you to go and try to find the statistics of crime in those neighborhoods and find out why. Let's look at California that we've talked about for the past year. Target and all those CVS and Walgreens and all those stores, everything is locked up. And some of those stores don't even have anything in it because the crime is so bad. They've been shutting down these stores, these pharmacies, these supermarkets in those neighborhoods because of crime. So now you're going to sit here and say, well, your neighborhood has more supermarkets than mine. Well, quit robbing them.
Yeah, they
I don't walk into Walmart and steal stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, okay, I could probably go over to X right now and just do a search and find people in BIPOC neighborhoods going into stores with a trash bag and loading up with stuff and just leaving and robbing the stores. And I'm sorry, but like you're making cost of doing business upside down. And businesses, they have to close. It's not safe. People will come in armed robbery or whatever, or just stealing. They're just taking the products. But people in some of these neighborhoods are destroying themselves. And
so about 20 years ago, I worked for this place, and I was going to have. They needed someone to teach a class for juveniles. I worked in the juvenile justice system, and they needed someone to teach a class to juveniles that had been convicted of shoplifting. And one of the stipulations was they had to attend the shoplifting class, and they didn't have anybody to teach this class. So I had to go to Frankfurt for a week and learn this, be a certified instructor in this class. And I came back, and companies have a percentage that they write off for shoplifting because they know it's going to happen. Yes. And so, what was the point that I was trying to make it here? What you were saying, shoplifting is one of the the top 5 causes now. It was the number 1 back then, but I would say the top 5 causes now of price increases in your store. Because of shoplifting. Do you know what the number 1 shoplifted book is? No, the number 1 shoplifted book.
What?
Guess what you think it is.
I have
the
no
Bible.
idea. Is it really?
You can get those for free from all kinds of places. The Bible is the number 1 shoplifted book. So I've there is a lot. Wow. It's everywhere. These people that would come into this class, I would teach this class, and then I would see them in 3 months later again. And the justice system don't do anything about it. I'll take the class, take the class, take the class. I watched it. I sat in court, took notes. I watched this crap.
I mean, okay. Just to recap, in Minnesota, you can get, if you're black or brown, or basically if you're not white, you can have some food at a food pantry. And if you're white, tough. Yeah, get out of Minnesota. get out of Minneapolis. I don't know what to tell you. But I mean, okay. So here's the actual kind of like lead story of the day, sir. I don't know if you saw the title card.
I saw today's stories. There dancing with the communist party.
Yeah, it's a Commie Walz.
Commie Walz. Commie Walz. That's awesome.
Yeah. Walz's alleged ties to the Chinese Communist Party deepen on the eve of the VP debate with Vance. That's right. Later tonight, JD Vance and Tim Walz are going to have a debate, and it's going to be very much like watching a very smart person beating up a very stupid person.
Have you ever seen a Mike Tyson fight that lasted longer than like 3 rounds? This is what this is going to be, I hope.
Yeah. I almost want to.
I have to work tonight. I have to do a soccer game, the last soccer game of the season tonight. So I'm going to find one of the live TikTok places.
We could watch it tomorrow in the morning, and we could just watch the whole thing and just comment on it if you wanted.
So, well, I mean, that's an invitation for people that maybe want to watch it tonight together. We could hang out in the Discord server if you wanted to.
Yeah, that would be good. By the way, programming note: tomorrow I have an appointment, and we won't be able to do a show tomorrow morning. And
that's my busy day.
Thursday morning, we will not be able to do a show because I'm going to take my daughter to the dentist, and then after that, I'm going to chaperone her school's limousine party.
Oh, nice!
So, fun. Okay, all right.
You're getting into doing all that stuff now.
Yes, I literally was. I mean, my wife asked, but it was like, "Will you do this?" And I was like, "I understand. I understand the assignment."
Let me hang on. Let me bring this. Look, let me tell you this real quick. Bring down Tim Walz. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Because you're just starting this as a dad, and I'm giving you some dad advice.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't realize this. You only get about 12 or 13 years of doing this, and they go by really quick. So you only get like you're only going to get about 12 or 13. Chaperoning and daddy and doing this. And I mean, me and Maggie used to go and we would do the daddy daughter dances and stuff like that. And it was so sweet. And now she don't want to be caught dead with me beside her half the time, the kids. So hopefully your girls won't be that way, but I never looked at it that way until I read one day. And it was like, you're only in your children. You only have your children's lives for like a little bit. You know your children as adults longer than you know them as children. So savor this time.
On the way to school this morning, my wife rode with me because it's our anniversary and we drop the kids off together. And my wife gets in the car and puts in our Cake CD because that's music we listen to a lot.
Cake.
Yeah, Cake.
The band?
Of course.
I love Cake.
And we're playing seatbelts and bucket seats and my youngest daughter Lily was going absolutely berserk because you're embarrassing me, and we rolled the windows down, opened up the skylight, and we turned it up, and we were singing all the way to drop her off at school. So I mean, I understand.
Oh,
Jill didn't care.
Kendra's not as bad anymore. She's 19, but when she was like 13, 14, I used to live to say something or do something stupid to get this look from her.
Oh,
like you're the stupidest person in the world look.
Right.
That was what if I had to get that at least once a day.
I don't get that yet.
Complete.
I don't get that yet, but I will be getting that quite a bit.
Yeah,
okay,
it's fun.
Here we go.
Okay, I don't want to talk about Tim Walz. Talk about Tim Walz.
Come on, we have to. We got to be your guy, James Comer.
Yeah.
Subpoenaed Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas about unspecified allegations of the Chinese Communist Party connections with Governor Tim Walz. In a letter accompanying the subpoena released Thursday, Comer said the House Oversight and Accountability Committee received information from a whistleblower about serious concern among the DHS personnel regarding a long-standing connection between Tim Walz and the CCP. Let me ask you a question real quick. How many times have you been to China?
1, 2, 6, 0.
Okay. And how many times do you think it would be reasonable, we'll say, within kind of like, oh, that's normal, for an American National Guard master sergeant who pretends to be a sergeant major to routinely go to China? Choo-choo. I'm going to just assume.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know.
Tim Walz has been to China more than 30 times. More than 30 times.
Why?
That's a good question.
I would like to know, like, every one of those trips, was he sightseeing?
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't even know how you afford to go to China 30 times, I imagine it costs a lot of money for a guy in a National Guard budget. Maybe it was after he was governor or congressman. I'm not sure. Comer did not go into detail about what kind of concerns were raised about Walz's alleged connection to China, but he said the information came through a whistleblower. The subpoena given a deadline of today to produce communication in the Microsoft Teams group.
October 7th. Today's the 1st.
Sorry, it's next week. And my bad. You know what? My bad. October 7th is an important day. So there's these Microsoft Teams chats that apparently they need to turn over some information about. Let's see.
Okay, so Comer's trying to get him. Great. He's trying to get Biden. Okay. He's trying to get everybody else. I'm surprised.
That guy is a bulldog.
I'm surprised he's still alive. To be honest, I'm surprised he hadn't been hit by a driver. A hit and run while jogging. Or
something. Not like he's going after a Clinton. Come on, it's just Tim Walz.
Well, I mean, geez.
Did you?
I got something that'll make you smile, JJ.
All right.
I'm just going to play it. You'll have to throw it up because I'm not the moderator.
Switch here and there, and I'll make you moderator while it's going.
Thank you. Here we go. And do you know who this is right here? Her name is Corinne Jean-Pierre, and she is just a lovely, lovely woman.
Sure.
Here,
she holds the distinction of being the blackest, gayest, womanist
White House press secretary ever in the history of press secretaries.
Yes.
So, and she's got the patience of a saint. So here we go. This is real short.
On Helene, people in Western North Carolina were drowning in their houses this weekend. Others were losing everything. President Biden was at his beach house, and Vice President Harris was hosting political fundraisers on the West Coast. Is there a reason that they could not be here?
All right, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Whoa, you ho! Oh my God, you are so terrible. She don't want to answer one question from. Look, there are thousands of people that are displaced, and I think there's even something like 1,000 missing. There are at least 64 people dead because of these floods. And the Tennessee, North Carolina, Florida, disaster zones. I saw a photo yesterday of a before and after, and the before photo was like a road with like stores on the side, and it was just like a normal like road with stores and gas stations and hotels and stuff on the side. And the after photo was absolutely just heartbreaking because it's a complete and total wreck. Here, I found it right here. Share this tab instead. Here we go. Look at this. Have you seen this? I'm sure you have. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Chimney Rock, Asheville, North Carolina. Before. Oh, that's like a normal highway, and there's like like restaurants and maybe a hotel. I don't know, just normal business, a business strip. And this is it. Look at the background. Look at the mountain. Right? Look at the mountain. Look at that little tree. The little tree's here. It's the same place. It's gone. These places are gone. Absolutely destroyed. And, Joe Biden is at the beach. I think he even said, we've given them all they can get. I think
Trump was there in Georgia yesterday, and he basically said, I'm not talking about politics. We got to put all that aside right now and help these people. And you should have seen these men, grown men and women busting down, bawling and crying and hugging this guy. It really makes me.
Yeah. Oh, Trump. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it really makes me kind of step back and try to look at it from a third person and be like, wow, these people love this. They're like, it's almost some of these people worship him. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying anything disparaging about him because I think he's a firecracker that needs to go off in this freaking barrel that we're calling America right now to kind of shake things up and stir the pot. But some of these people, it's just like, I don't know. I don't think I would ever see anyone like that, that's not my immediate family or something like that, that would rise emotions in me to where I just was just bawling unless they like gave me bone marrow to save my life
This
or
isn't
something like that.
I don't think this is something you can understand unless you're like actually there. And I
Yeah,
know
I agree.
we all know this about people. Look, not everybody is smart, okay? Not everybody is like intellectually smart or book smart or whatever. There's different kinds of smart, and not everybody is every kind of way. There's kind of a distribution. But I'll tell you what, more people than you think have an intuitive sense of when other people care or don't.
Yeah,
And I'll tell you right now, the people that are supporting Kamala vocally, they're doing it because it's power, because it's party, because it's their religion. When people go and listen to Trump, when they listen to him, they go to the thing and they listen, they come away with an experience of like, look, he runs his mouth, he says, makes fun of people, he'll attack people, whatever. But when it comes down to like real issues, you can tell when somebody actually cares or when they're faking. And Kamala Harris is a person who is a fake care at best. And Donald Trump actually cares. He actually cares.
Yeah. Okay.
My wife will say, yeah.
No, seriously, that makes complete sense that people would.
I honestly think if you went to a Trump rally, you would come out like a convert, really. I think you would, because you would absorb the energy of the event, and you'd be like, these people here, they want something good. I don't necessarily agree with them on every issue, but like, there's nobody here that's malicious for America.
Oh no, I mean, I get that just by watching the emotions from the people at the places and watching stuff like this. I'm not saying I was just like, if you step back from a third person and look at it from a third person standpoint, it really seems. I mean, if you were reading about this as like ancient Egypt or something, and you were reading that these people were worshiping this man that was, I mean, and you would think of it differently, What will history say about him in 150 years? I mean, it could very well say that we worshipped him like a deity.
It will say whatever the lying historians will say to get papers published. That's what it will say. All right. Let's see. I saw, let me hold up on that for just a second to get Deacon back here. Let's do this, and then we'll do the other one. Starting today, unless something changes, the very beginning of a bad few weeks is about to start. Dock workers from Maine to Texas are going to go on strike as the U.S. economy faces a billions per day loss.
They were going in. I was watching videos last night. They were going in and these shops, and they were yelling, all you Teamsters, if you're a Teamster, clock out right now. Go and clock out right now if you're a Teamster. And all these guys were just going over to clock out.
Really?
I've seen in South Carolina, North Carolina, I think it's South Carolina, and I don't know if this is the truth or not, but I'm sure it's probably really close, but they were showing these long lines of cars that were like 3 and 4 miles long of cars stopped waiting to get into the Sam's Club gas stations. And they're saying this gas, and you think these port things are not going to start affecting things come November, December. Things are probably going to start going up next week. Prices of gas. Gasoline is $2.74 here. I guarantee you it'll be $3.40 in a month.
And if something doesn't change, prices are going to. And I'm not. I don't have a side here. I'm just telling you guys because you know I'm not really a union guy at all.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know any details of what's going on other than there's a union strike. The union probably wants more. The negotiators are saying
I'm going to let the president of the Longshoremen put his case down in front of us, though. According to the Associated Press, the contract between the International Longshoremen Association and 36 ports from Maine to Texas are going to strike. The strike went forward despite reported progress in negotiations and is the first strike since 1977. The union opened negotiations with an offer for 77 cents pay increase over the 6-year contract. The union president, Harold Daggett, said that the increase was necessary to compensate for years of minor increases in inflation. All right, so let's listen to and look
Wait
at
a minute. Hang on. Sorry, I was reading that.
Go. Okay.
I was reading what they said.
Well, let me let this guy tell you, okay? This is Harold Daggett, president of the Longshoremen Association. This post is put forward by Josh Steinman. Josh Steinman is a security, security guy, but he recognizes power. This is a first-rate class in how to use power.
Okay.
But today's world, it's changing into the future. They're not making millions no more. They're making billions. And they're spending it fast as they make it. I want a piece of that for my men, because when they made their most money was during COVID. When my men had to go to work on those piers every single day, when everybody stayed home and went to work. Not my men. They died out there with the virus. We all got sick with the virus. We kept them going. From Canada to Maine to Texas, Great Lakes, Puerto Rico, now the Bahamas, everybody went to work during COVID. Nobody stayed home. Well, I want to be compensated for that. I'm not asking for the world. They know what I want. They know what I want. And if they don't, well, then I have to go into the street and we have to fight for what we rightfully deserve. These people today don't know what a strike is.
Listen to this.
When my men hit the streets from Maine to Texas, every single port will lock down. You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you. First week, be all over the news every night, boom, boom. Second week, guys who sell cars can't sell cars because the cars ain't coming in off the ships. They get laid off. Third week, malls start closing down. They can't get the goods from China. They can't sell clothes. They can't do this. Everything in the United States comes on a ship. They go out of business. Construction workers get laid off because the materials aren't coming in. The steel's not coming in. The lumber's not coming in. They lose their job. Everybody's hating the longshoremen now because now they realize how important our jobs are. Now I have the president screaming at me, I'm putting a Taft-Hartley on you. Go ahead. Taft-Hartley means I have to go back to work for 90 days. That's a cooling off period. Do you think when I go back for 90 days, those men are going to go to work on that pier? It's going to cost the company's money to pay their salaries. Well, they went from 30 moves an hour maybe to 8. They're going to be like this. Who's going to win here in the long run? You're better off sitting down and let's get a contract and let's move on with this world. In today's world, I'll cripple you. I will cripple you, and you have no idea what that means. Nobody does.
He's exactly right. Man, did he just lay down some solid facts right there?
Whoa. That dude is like, look, I don't care that it's going to hurt you. I'm on my team. I'm on the team for my guys.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Wow.
Yeah. Jeez. So
what's up,
Ricochet? It's about to get hard, folks. Morning, Ricochet. Good to see you.
Well, since we're talking about old codgers that stand up for themselves, and stand up for what they believe in, I've got another one here from this old codger that I call him codger lovingly, because I hope to one day be an old codger. So let's watch this old codger here. This was recently an auction in your great state of Texas, and they were auctioning off an autographed Taylor Swift guitar. I mean, one of the biggest musicians of all time. I have to admit that, even though I don't like her, she is one of the biggest, most selling musicians of all time. This man, look how happy he is. You can see how happy he is. He's just paid $4,000 for this guitar. When you win
a bid of something that you love and want, it fills your heart with joy.
Absolutely. And you see the little girls and stuff, probably Taylor Swift fans.
Yes.
She's filming back here. So,
Joking. Because we don't need the wall hanger.
Dude had a hammer waiting on it.
Hey, gang. Now take that, hang up that busted thing.
He gave him a wall hanger.
Joking.
That's what's the wall hanger there. because he said he bought it and he was gonna bust it, and he did.
Wow. All right.
So-
All right. Look, I got something for you.
Okay,
You know, you and me, we're a couple of stupid men. A couple
absolutely.
of stupid
Should not
men.
listen to us at all.
Sometimes really shouldn't. So sometimes you need to have maybe a woman explain things to you, like woman.
Okay.
What
Absolutely.
COVID was the very embodiment of the female worldview, which is unable
saying
to
that, not me.
balance risks and benefits. It is unable to think soundly about economic matters. It believed that you could substitute a government check for private enterprise. That the government had the capacity to make judgments about what's an essential business and what's not an essential business. Ask a worker, is your business essential? Yes, it's
Right.
essential. Ask a
Right.
consumer. And a belief that we were not adequately comparing the risk of COVID to heart disease and cancer. COVID deaths did not even come close to those deaths, which we take for granted. So I just felt like, right, in March, we already knew everything that needed to be known about COVID. We had the mortality data from Italy.
What is she talking about?
They
I'm
found that
so
the
lost.
average age of decedents was
Let her
80
finish,
with
and I'll
3
tell you.
comorbidities. Nothing changed. And yet we pretended that this was a disease that put young people at risk.
This is what she said.
I needed some context before I listened to
Yeah,
that.
sure. Sorry about that.
okay.
This is her. The COVID response was the embodiment of the female worldview and a refusal to adequately assess risks.
That sounds like you just put a bunch of words together to try to sound smart. That makes
That is
no
a-
sense to me.
Okay. So let me make it make a little more sense. First of all, it's totally natural. If your reaction to this is that's not right, that's sexist, that's a sexist opinion. Men and women are different. Yeah. Right. Men take risks, minimal risky. We will do dumb things even if there's a risk, if there's a payoff. We assess risk in a different way than women. Women normally, on average, not everyone, but most of them, assess risk in a way that is more conservative. Like if the risk is too much, they won't take the risk. She is saying that the federal response, the government response, the response of all the states of the way that we treated COVID, she is saying that government acted like women in policy and in assessing risk instead of looking at the numbers and being like, there's no more people dying from this than normally die. Therefore, it's not really elevated risk. So I just thought that was an interesting perspective. It's not one I would have jumped out with. I don't even know that I disagree with it. I don't even know that I disagree with it. But she says the COVID response was the embodiment of the female worldview. I think that's something to chew on, maybe for not right now, but think about it and see if you.
I think that's probably one of those thoughts that I'm going to take and wad up and throw in the garbage and never think about it again, and never
That
waste
makes sense.
another neuron focusing on that, because that's
don't
the
think
most
so?
asinine, ludicrous
You think so?
waste of breath that I have ever heard in my life.
Oh, really?
There are a lot of stuff going on in this world,
Yeah.
and to compare and contrast asinine, ludicrous views about yourself and project them onto the world, that's fine. I didn't even hear what she said. I don't care, because she wasn't making any sense. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. I wasn't listening.
I told you from the beginning it's okay if you don't like agree with this. But
I might not have. I mean, I kind of agreed with some of the things that she said there, but I didn't. I mean, I couldn't make sense of what she was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to waste
All
any
right.
more time on this.
all right.
Goodness gracious.
This is gonna bite us again. All right.
How do you
we got
think?
some AI news?
That's the story that I would have never looked ever. I mean,
Yeah.
I would have never. That is not. I mean, I don't think anyone. I can
All
see
right.
why you would pick it, because you're very interested in stuff, and all the other. Because you pick the stories that I would have never picked ever. I pick crazy stories like an explosion in China. Did you see the explosion in China? This is what I'm here for. JJ gets all the.
Rocket?
JJ gets all of the important stuff, and I get all the fun crap to watch. All right. So here you go.
Right.
This is an explosion recently in China. I want you to watch it because it goes really quickly.
What's going on there? I have not seen this. I don't know what's
You
going on.
not? Okay, watch. This pipe burst.
Oh my.
Yeah. As folks were driving through. It was pretty crazy. Hang on, you see another view of it in a second.
It's pretty good.
Here it is. Man, look at that. Gosh.
铁板啊，炸飛房嘅。
That's not mud, JJ. That was the sewage
not mud.
pipe.
Oh no. Oh, that is so shitty.
That is a sewage pipe. Look at that.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong here. That's so shitty. I had some AI news, Steak.
There you go. All right. Poop exploded everywhere, landing on cars, roads, people, pets. The moment a sewage pipe pressure test in Nanning failed, the scene of the horror shows feces falling from the sky.
That's bad.
From the sky. Oh.
Beep, bop, boop. This is AI News.
Governor Newsom vetoes a bill for stricter AI regulations.
I saw this.
Governor Newsom's, yeah.
I don't think he should have vetoed it.
No, you don't think so?
Uh-uh.
Senate Bill 1047, an artificial intelligence safety bill, due to he had vetoed it due to objections from the tech industry, claiming it would hinder innovation. Newsom argued the bill could lead developers to leaving the state and stressed it didn't address high-risk AI use. So Senator Weiner criticized the veto, stating it allows powerful technology development without the.
He said Weiner.
Okay, so here's a risk assessment thing.
Okay.
Sorry, bring it back.
Yeah.
Risk assessment. On the one hand, rapid AI development is dangerous because bad things can happen. On the other hand, other people can do it first, and that's also dangerous. Which is more dangerous?
Let me just tell you look, this is going to be a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. Okay. And you just need to accept it. All right. AI is here to stay, and it is only going to become more and more of a use in your everyday life, just like the freaking internet is today and you were in 1994. It is going to change even faster than the internet has changed. If you were to go back to JJW in high school and explain what this was and what this could actually do, you would think that you were a freaking nut.
Literally, I'd be like, "What is this?"
Exactly. So
the amount of board and numbers on the front,
the amount of advancement that the internet has done for us, you could at least double that advancement time for artificial intelligence. The AI that we have is nowhere near the real intelligence of some of these AIs that they are working on behind the scenes. I keep up with this information. I read these websites. I read these articles. I like this kind of stuff. AI is here to stay, and you need to utilize it. It has helped me. So I am working on, look, I've got it up right now because I was working on it. This is my 9th or 10th.
I thought you said he shouldn't have vetoed the bill. The veto
because of its rapid advancement.
Yeah,
there needs to be some sort of regulation.
But
I mean, even Elon Musk was like, I don't think you should have vetoed this bill.
Well, I mean, on the other hand, other countries are going to rapidly advance AI as best they can. With
other countries are already. Have you not seen? Yeah. God, okay, since we're talking about AI, let me.
Well,
I got a good one for you.
I have one more Newsom story, and it's AI related. Okay.
Hang on, let me get you this though, because we're talking about AI, and this was something that I was laughing at yesterday, and I thought, JJ says that JJ doesn't believe that China's doing all this crap. You know, that I try to say super soldiers and crap like that.
I didn't say I don't believe that.
So I saw this yesterday and I thought, this is in China.
Oh yeah, I did see this.
Did you see the drone show? This is one of their latest. This is one of their latest drone shows.
Very impressive.
That's done with drones and artificial intelligence. Okay, this is freaking crazy.
Drawing pictures in the sky. I'm like, oh, okay, it's got like a picture of a bird and a picture of a dude. Okay,
wait. It's nuts. You get the freaking. Here you go.
No, it gets crazy. It gets even more crazy.
Does that not look like the helicarrier?
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, the helicarrier has a screen on it and it's got ads. Yeah. Wild.
Oh wow. There's a floating city in the sky.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Look at that. And it's not even done yet because it goes to it gets to look at this. Freaking ads in the freaking sky.
Now,
and
unless
I
miss
all go away.
Unless I'm mistaken, that wasn't it was about Shenzhen. Shenzhen is like the tech capital of China, and like it's the most advanced, most forward tech place. It's where
crazy
markets of electronics. It's Shenzhen that's the place. Here's the other Newsom story I have. Babylon Bee. Why is it doing that? Oh no. Babylon Bee sues California over unprecedented crackdown on satire and parody. So Governor Newsom, even though he doesn't want to restrict AI development, he does want to restrict AI memes. He doesn't want people to have a sense of humor to post videos that are deep fakes or AI driven, comedy parody satire.
Right.
So Babylon Bee is filed a lawsuit in California. Yeah. After Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom signed a series of deep fake laws that target outlets that publish satire and parody, the complaint filed in the U.S. District Court of California, shared exclusive with the Daily Wire, begins noting that in July of this year, Newsom tweeted that a parody video of Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris would be illegal. The legislature heard the call and passed 2 laws that forbid political expression under the label of materially deceptive content. This is straight up an assault on the First Amendment. Oh, the First Amendment doesn't mean you get to lie to people. No, the First Amendment does mean you get to lie to people, and it means you get to say things that people don't like. And tough shit. That's the First Amendment.
Yeah.
So Babylon Bee says if we are unable to publish satire without putting disclaimers all over it, and we're going to have to face potential penalties if we don't do that, then that's a very serious issue. So we're fighting back in every way that we can against laws that clamp down on the speech. So the law would have said like, oh, well, if you post a video, you have to tag it with parody or satire, or you have to tag it with that system of like, oh, well, that makes sense. No, that system would be immediately abused. They would be like, oh, this isn't actually parody. This is, misinformation. They just put a parody tag on it, and they would like send to DMCAs and force these people to take these videos down, and then fake videos that convey a true message, just like the Kamala Harris video that is not her voice, it's AI voice, but it's a bunch of stuff she really did. Those kind of videos would be taken down, and that is political censorship. Okay. I am off my soapbox.
All I can say is that those 2 boys are on a few lists. That's a fact.
That was him. That was in Kentucky.
Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy.
There's another damn train coming. Today is the first day of October. Dave is not here, but if you will go down and join our Discord server, you can hang out and chat with us on there. And today is Inktober. This month is Inktober. And JJ is an artist. Dave is an artist. I'm an artist. JJ, talk for a second while this damn train comes by.
So we have the Inktober list up in our server. It's a bunch of different prompts. You just reminded me because I completely forgot. So I have an Inktober channel. So so we are going to let me pull the screen up over here and you
Pull
guys
the
can
list up.
see. Yeah. So
this year because I don't like the list.
Deacon really loves this list. He told me the other day, I can't believe this list is so great. We're so excited to do this. So here's the Inktober list, and what we have here is a channel that has why doesn't it have the picture? Why can't we see the picture?
Yeah, it's not pulling up the picture.
That's weird. Okay, so this is the Inktober list. The first one is backpack, the next one is discover, and then there's boots. So so what the deal is
Can we
know
not
what I'm supposed to do about it?
It's better.
I don't know how.
I don't either.
I don't know. It's not. It should be like right here.
So yeah, the prompt list, basically what they do is they ask artists to just draw whatever and they give you a prompt for every day. Last year's was I don't remember what the prompts were last year, but this year it all has to do with like exploring and stuff like so just going down in order for the first couple: backpack, discover, boots, exotic, binoculars, trek, passport. So this is my
you? Did you do that?
That's me. So what I did was I downloaded this app. You know, my son's got the iPad and stuff, and he's got that app and the pen, and he can do the art. And I've always been like, dude, you're gonna have to show me how to use that. You're gonna have to show me how to use that. It's just one of those things that I've always wanted to learn how to do, but I never did. Well, I've got my super duper phone here, and it's got my little stylus. So I downloaded this app and bought it, and it's pretty awesome. And I really like. I'm a pencil artist. I drew with pencils and pens my entire life, and shaded and drew that way. So I was looking what I did for this picture here. Let me download it and let me see if I can bring it up bigger. What I did for the picture here, the prompt was backpack. So the first thing that came into my mind was Yoda. And I looked at that classic picture of Yoda from the cartoon because I wanted that one. And I drew it. And I started shading it. The cartoon's not shaded like that, but I wanted to shade it. So that's my backpack today.
I'm gonna have to block in some time for this later, so I don't know when I'm gonna do that.
No, just sketch. That took me like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but you know, that's not the way I do things.
I know you're a freaking perfectionist. I was looking at that. I was looking at this picture right there and thinking, all down here, I completely forgot to shade this part of his freaking robe right here, and there was something else that I had forgot to shade that I saw that I didn't like. Under his eyes right here, I should have added a little bit more.
So we'll be posting images throughout the month for the Inktober, and you can come post your own image, and maybe I'll get on a stream and
I'm gonna play around with this app, like with the painting and the watercolors and all that kind of stuff.
It's on your phone? You got like a little pen or something?
Yeah, I've got my little stylus that comes out of my phone.
Okay. Here. I find that's very small real estate for me. So
I'm having a problem with my hand and hitting it with because I'm wanting to. So I'm learning. It's a pretty awesome little program, and it was only like $1.99, dude. It's called Sketchbook.
Let me show you something. For like
App Store.
very, very little money, for like a couple bucks, you can order a bag of these. Like you can get it for like $5 or something like that on Amazon. I mean, maybe depends on whether the longshoremen let you have it. It's a glove that prevents your hand from activating touch
smudging and stuff.
Well, actually, it is activating, so that might not work on a cell phone. Depending on the resistance, but it might help. This is what I use on my tablet on my PC.
When I always drew with my hand, I wonder if there's something like that. I bet there is. When you're drawing, especially with pencils, and you smudge it with your freaking it drove me nuts. You'd have to go back and try to fix it.
No, that's an easier problem to solve. You take two pieces of paper. You have the one you're drawing on.
I guess that's true. Yeah, you can
over it, and then that's what you do if you're doing real media. All right. Let's do hilarious jokes if you're ready for that, folks. And by the way, again, no show tomorrow.
Dave will be adding Inktober when he gets a chance. He draws with a dry erase marker on his mirror in his bathroom. Remember? That's how he draws his pictures.
Oh yeah,
dry erase marker on his bathroom mirror.
He wants to do it fast and get it. Like,
yeah, I think it's awesome. I like seeing everybody's different styles of artwork because it's crazy. And people are like, "I suck." No, you don't suck, man. Show me your art. That's awesome.
All right, joke time. Joke.
Right.
Here we go. Ready? Don't buy flowers at a monastery because only you can prevent florist friars. Only you can prevent florist friars. Sorry.
Why don't ants get sick?
I don't know why.
Because they have little antibodies.
All right. Thanks for hanging out. We will be back Friday morning at 8:00 at rumble.com/internetdads. You can find us on our server in the description below. And I don't know, we might do something in between there. So subscribe and find out, sucker.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Essay for a comment, he said no. Watch now, the Internet Dad Show. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Inspire with us tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.